How many of you are prepared for an incident like this? Get my new book, Sheep No More, The Art of Awareness and Attack Survival, and I will teach you to think like an attacker so you can truly defend yourself. Don't just react, act. Available for pre-order now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Sheep No More. Get it.
My name is Jonathan Gillum.
And this is The Experts. Damn it, I forget to turn that thing off every time. I'm going to have to stop using it. This is Jonathan Gillum. And this is The Experts on Facebook Live, Twitter, and YouTube. Good to be on with you guys. And yes, that's right. I don't have a lot to say today. I did 3 hours on Andrew Wilkow's show today. I figured I would come up here. I don't want Becky getting mad, so I better just go ahead and come on and just say hello. And I want to talk about my book, Sheep No More, The Art of Awareness and Attack Survival. And I want to talk about the autograph labels that people are going to get in the mail. That's what it's going to look like right there. And I'm going to show you how this is going to work. Those of you that have donated $50 or more, and we're going to order those on Amazon. We have not ordered them yet. I was waiting for, because we got several hundred books to order. So we had to wait for the price to go down on Amazon, which it has now. And again, that's what happens on Amazon. I guess we'll do a warning order. Let's do it for what the heck. So the price came down. Amazon does this. The price goes up and down, and other people have to compete with that price. Right now it's a little over $9. So we're going to order the books. And what I'm going to do is, starting tonight, I'm going to start going through this. We have a matrix of all the names of people who have donated on the GoFundMe page, which you're seeing right there at the bottom of the screen, gofund.me/The Experts Roadshow. And there's a period of time when we did this, and I got to go through there and look. And we got the starting date. Jim's got that date. And I'm going to be sending you a message via GoFundMe, and I want you to return the message with your address. Some of you have already mailed me your addresses. What I would appreciate, though, is when I write you on GoFundMe, that you go ahead and resend me your address, because these addresses, these emails that I get, they get buried. I get hundreds of emails a day, like today. When I hosted Andrew Wilkow's show, I got to use some of my singer spray for my throat here, because my throat's a little raw after speaking today for 3 hours. So, days like today, I get 100 emails or more, and everybody's emails get buried. So I'm going to write you on the GoFundMe page. Those emails will not get buried. And what we're going to do is, then I'm going to go through I will order the books once you return your email, and I get your email from you, and I'll return those, I'll go through and order the book. And then I will, you'll get that, and then I'm going to send also at the same time, I'm going to send you the labels. So you'll probably end up getting the labels first, and then the book will come after that. So you actually get the autograph first. And so unconventional way to do this, but what I'm trying to avoid here, folks, is there's a whole process in the way a lot of people do these books. I'm learning a lot about the publishing world, and it ends up costing a whole lot of money out of the person's pocket, because you have to do special arrangements with a certain company that that you provide the books for, and they do the whole service for you. It ends up costing a lot of money. And so what I'm trying to do is, just like when I drove around the country in my truck, I didn't stay in hotels. I built a whole small RV in the back of my Suburban, so I didn't have to stay in hotels. So I could save the CQRF money that goes into the GoFundMe page. And the same thing here. I don't want to have to give money to a company to do the same thing that we're going to get Amazon to do for us through Prime membership. And also we'll be pumping up their Prime membership stuff. So anyway, that's why we're going to do it this way. So I hope, I know a lot of people have been waiting on these books. You're going to get it. It's just a matter of we had to get stuff together. I had to get labels. We had to wait for the book price to go back down. And it's just been kind of hectic. So I am going to do this and get this done. So with that being said, let me show you how it's going to work. So you'll take, and those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, never tuned in this show before, which I don't know if there's anybody in the United States that has never seen this show. We have literally millions of people that watch this show. Not really, but make sure that you share this show tonight, even though it's not really anything, and retweet it. And so basically, here's the book. We'll get the book to you, and but you got to get your address. When you get the book, you'll probably already have this. You'll open up the front cover right here. This is where I suggest putting it. You're going to take the label. This is like a Martha Stewart show. And we're going to take the label off and not drop it. Just like this. And bend the cover back a little bit. And we're going to stick it right in the middle of the book. Just like that. Bingo. A little crooked, but hey, that's the way I roll. There you go. Just like that. So that's the way you're going to do it when you get the book. And you can put it in another, you can put it wherever you want. You can put it here if you want. But I prefer putting it on that outside cover. And that's the way it'll go. So other people may, other people may put it in different places. I like it there on the outside cover. I guess some people like it right here next to where it says the name of the book. I don't know, whatever. I usually sign right here when I sign the book, so that's why I was putting the stickers there. So that's how that works, folks. And you're going to get those in the mail. They'll eventually come to you. But when I go on GoFundMe tonight and tomorrow and I start writing you, you have to return the email and give me your address so I can put these books and order these for you. So that's about it. We have been going back and forth with a guy named Greg Camp that is in Northwest Arkansas Community College. He's an English professor there. The guy is a progressive liberal loudmouth that likes to come on Twitter and yell at people and call them names. He doesn't listen to what he wants. He wants somebody to, like I said, that I called out Right Wing Watch as being a communist publication. And he wanted to know why. And I talked about this ad nauseum today and yesterday. Here's what I'm starting to, again, realize about a lot of people is that these types of people don't want to know, like they say, you have to validate what you're saying. And when you validate it, they don't want, in other words, they don't want to hear your validation. They want you to understand how they feel, and that's really the whole point of these types of ridiculous arguments. So the CQRF got involved. It was great. Everybody's working together. And then I eventually just said, let this guy go. It's not even worth any more of the time. The guys, as it turns out, this guy writes for some ammo magazine. He claims to be a Second Amendment supporter, but I just have a real strange feeling that this guy is a progressive troll, and that's what they do. They'll go around saying they support this or support that, and the reality is they don't. So very interesting. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that guy anymore, but I do recommend that anybody wants to call the dean of students, and you can look them up, Northwest Community College in Bentonville, Arkansas. You can call her and let them know that Greg Camp is, he goes on Twitter and calls people who watch Fox News stupid. He calls Fox News stupid. He says that anybody that follows Trump is stupid and a moron, and conservatives in general are stupid. So, not a very nice person that you would want teaching your children when they go to community college, and quite frankly, a very biased individual. So that's just the way that people like him roll. All right, so anybody else got anything? I'm not going to be on here for a long time tonight. Rico has been doing spectacular. He went for a nice walk today. And he's sleeping right now and has done just an amazing job. So I really think with Rico, I do think he has some neurological something going on there. But with storms, this poor dog just gets all twisted when storms are coming. So it's very, I don't know if it's his arthritis, but definitely he's got a lot of stuff going on in here as well. All right, I'm sorry this is going to be a short show, especially after 2 minutes of an intro. But that's the way we roll. I know a lot of people don't like that intro, but it gives people time to get on board. Has anybody else felt really tired all week? Just extremely tired all week. And yes, let's see. Becky says, yes, Jonathan Gillum, CNBC terror attacks. What? You can't, what kind of cryptid message is that, Becky? We'll give her time to explain that. Anybody else got anything that you somebody else says they've been sleepy all day. Overslept 3 hours to 3 hours. That's not overslept. That's like slept half the day from whatever it was. Yeah, I just the past 2 days. I mean, I was at the VA yesterday getting my leg fitted for that new brace, and I rarely do this. I'm in the waiting room. Fell completely asleep. I'm just not a person who goes into public areas and falls asleep. But yesterday I just fell completely asleep. And the day during Wilcox show during the breaks, man, I was tired. I don't know what it is. I got some tea here. Or maybe I should shift the coffee. I don't know. Anybody else got anything? Don't worry, Norma. You sent me the books. So, what else here? That means I'm getting old. That could be that too. Good thing is I now, normally, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm normally sitting up here in a weird kind of awkward way because I had to have my leg up because it was perfectly straight. So I had to have something under here for me to put my leg on. Well, now I don't have to. My leg can bend a little bit. So today's the first time I'm able to actually sit up against this thing and have my leg on the ground. Let's see what else we got here. I'm sorry this is a boring show today, but listen, I will tell you this. There's going to be a lot of news coming out in the next week, I think, about the FISA papers that they're wanting to release, about Fusion GPS. So there's going to be a lot of news coming up. Dan Bongino, good guy. Plans for the next road trip. I've really been debating on getting an agent, a speaking agent, because I don't want this book to go to waste. I mean, we need to get out there. I need to get on the road. I need to be speaking at places. I need to be going to, Sheriff's Association, to Chief of Police Association. I need to be going to schools, colleges, universities, and speaking about this, women's groups, speaking about this book. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know how to do that myself. And so I've never had an agent. The whole time when you saw me on Fox and on CNN and in the radio now, I've done all that on my own. Speaking is the hardest thing to get because I don't know the system of how to get in on some of these things. So I'm eventually going to have to get an agent, I guess, probably to get me in on that stuff. I don't know. We'll see. So forgive the noise. They're doing construction next door, and if you hear that. So that's about it. Anybody else got anything here? Let me see. Vegas shooting. What about the Vegas shooting, Christopher? I don't know if there's going to be anything coming out about the Vegas shooting. Becky says I need to give Norma and fish oil for Rico. So what do you think about that, Norma? State-based electoral college, as Andrew Wilkow talks about. I don't know what Andrew Wilkow says about that. I have to go look it up, Don. Hello, Cindy from Houston. I am very interested in the half of California. It's really like 3/4 of California that is wanting to break free from the leftist coastal cities. I said, last year that the United States should give free passage to all communists and leftists and progressives in this country to go to California. You should just give them California. You should take everybody who's conservative out of California, give them almost like refugees, and we give California to all the leftists. And after about a month, we go in there and we declare war on California and we take it back and literally lay waste to everybody. And that way we'd kill two birds with one stone. We'd be getting California back completely, and we would literally destroy the enemy, the greatest enemy of this country, which is progressive socialist communism. I think it's a good idea myself. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what else. Keith says he finished my book today. He lives in rural area and he's aware of his surroundings. That being said, your book was awesome and raised my level of awareness. Awesome. He's going to have his wife read it and then pass it on, I'm assuming, to, let's see here. I can't see the whole message here. Pass it on to a Leo friend. Well, I'll tell you what, right now, Keith, I'm just saying, The book's only $9. You should keep that book and buy your Leo buddy a present. And then what's going to come next is, so I'm building a logbook, and I have to work with a graphic designer. I'm building a logbook. So everything that I teach you in here about going through and dissecting your life into these different categories so that you can come up with, we're step 5 here, where you can come up with these attacks on yourself. So the way I have this here, I'm going to develop a logbook so that you can look into this logbook, and it's going to have the different sectors for your life. That's what I'm working on now, so that you can fill these out, and then if need be, you can pull those out. And like if you're going to go on vacation, you could pull those out. Like if there's more than one person going on a trip, you could copy them, do whatever. So you'll literally have these different packages on every sector of your life, and that's basically what I'm working on now. And that's going to be, I don't know when that's going to be out. I would say within the next 4 months, probably, maybe if I can get this done and get it out. That way, if you have this, you read it, you understand how it works, and then you'll have the logbook so that you can literally go and fill out that logbook and then keep that in your house. And if you're a boss in a company, you could have it there so that, I mean, you could even make one where the different areas in the company, for instance, how, different areas may have different vulnerabilities. You could, if you're a city official, you could go through the city doing all these different target packages on different areas of the city, and then you could hand that over to the mayor. So that's coming down the pipe. Heidi says she's halfway through the book, and it's awesome. Thank you. You're learning a lot. Good. I'm glad. Todd says the book's awesome. Mark is a deplorable in California. What do you think, Mark, about what I was saying there a second ago, that we should give California to the leftists? You would be a refugee for a period of time. After they get settled, then we go back in and we invade California. We destroy the enemy and we take it back. And then you would have your home back again, free of the leftists. I think it's a good plan. I'm just saying. Give Rico bone broth. I do have some bone broth. I just boiled chicken last night. We'll see if he eats it. Thank you, Pickles, on Twitter. You say that the book is outstanding. Pickles, I love that. John says it's excellent. Thank you, John. Gordon says he gave away a copy as a gift today. Thank you, Gordon. Big Money Dave says, I'm going to be on national news tomorrow. Why is that? You got to tell me that. Oh, because I want to invade California. Nah, I've been saying this for a couple of years, actually. Let's see here. All right, that's enough. I'll go on and on with this small talk where we have hardly anybody watching this show tonight. And thank you. This is the real CQRF that's watching tonight. Georgia Cowgirl says her son's deployed. He'll get his copy in a few months. Awesome. Thank you, Brian, for telling me I did a good job on Will Cow today. That was a long show today. Yes, it is in Barnes & Noble. You can go in there and buy it there as well. It's also on audiobook, and you can get that through Audible on Amazon, and also Nook on Barnes & Noble, and what's it called on Kindle on Amazon. JB Trucking. Hey, it's Greg Camp. Yeah, right. Oh, man. Sylvia, welcome. What forms of payment? What do you mean? I guess on Amazon you can pay with credit card or PayPal. Let's see here. My thoughts on attacks at the Winter Olympics. I think any of these Olympics, an attack is possible. They're typically hardened targets now as compared to the way it was in Munich when the Israelis were all killed. it was different back then, and they didn't know how to harden these targets. Now they're more hardened. I would think the attacks that could happen in and around those areas are what you see happening in France and stuff, where trucks can be used to run over people. I think shootings could happen anywhere where there's masses of people gathered. Those things could happen inside the events, though. Typically, those are hardened targets. So at the end of the events is when where people congregate. That's typical where that could happen. And payments on you were asking about payments on GoFundMe. You can pay with credit card, with a bank card. I do believe you can pay with PayPal. I'm not sure about that. That I think you can look up on GoFundMe if you go there. GoFund.me/The Experts Roadshow. All right. If Jerry Nichols is going, then I got to go. I am healing, by the way. All right. Rawr. Let's see here.
I'm going to scratch my back for a second. Hold on. Oof. Feels good. Tired. I think I'm going to drink a beer. I like you. You're crazy. But I like you.
All right, that was my Debbie Wasserman Schultz impersonation. Okay. Let's get out of here, and God bless. I'm going to go to the Truth Zone. God bless to all the law enforcement officers that are out there that are active duty right now. Be careful, man. There's been some crazy stuff going on recently with you all being targeted. You should always be aware of your surroundings. Don't think that in this day and age it's just another day. Don't be complacent. Always be aware and watch each other's backs. You need to start thinking tactically. When you park your cars to eat, park against a wall so you can see out that way. Park where you guys are separate, where you can look out different ways. If you have a partner, one of you eat while the other one looks. I mean, listen, you got to start thinking like this. You could get killed. The other thing is, I want officers to remember this. Whenever you walk into a room, it doesn't matter if it's a domestic disturbance, it doesn't matter if it's a murder scene, or if it's an active shooter. When you walk into a room, you need to clear your corners, and you need to enter the room in a tactical manner. Whether you're walking in or running in, you still need to clear your corners and enter that room in a tactical manner as though you may have to go to guns. I don't care if a kid called and said, I have a grease fire in the stove, and you two were the first ones there. Enter the place, clear your corners, and be aware of what's going on. You don't know. That could be a good kid. They could have a crazy parent. Look what happened with these kids in California. I think it was California, where they're all being held basically hostage for most of their lives. Do yourselves a favor if you're a cop. Make sure when you guys respond to calls that you're doing it in a tactical manner. Don't let your guard down, okay? That is one of the biggest reasons why I think law enforcement officers are getting killed in this day and age. Even when it comes to traffic stops, the most dangerous place they could ever encounter, they still get complacent. You must be ready to go to guns at a moment's notice. Doesn't mean that you will go to guns, but you should be aware of that and treat each situation based on the potential that it could have. Doesn't mean you have to be mean or nasty. I can go to guns with a smile on my face. I challenge you, next time you go to the range, smile. And when you're doing your qualifications, have a smile on your face. Get used to drawing and going to guns with a smile. You can do it just as fast with a smile as you can looking like a tough guy or treating people stupid. Don't have to be a tough guy in order to be tactically sound. So remember that. That's about it. That's it.
Let's go to the Truth Zone now, before I fall asleep. Truth Zone, yeah!
I really don't know what I'm going to talk about in the True Zone either. I didn't. When I got home today, I was like, yeah, I think I'll do a show. And then after a while, I was like, there's just, this day has been long. And the news, it's one of these news cycles where I don't feel like coming in here and pumping stuff up that doesn't need to be pumped up. And I'm looking right now at, I'll look at Fox News right here. You know, we don't know yet about the alarming memo on FISA abuses. We don't know yet. It's saying it must be made public. I know the California parents are facing life. Those people are strange looking, by the way. The Fusion GPS boss talked about mysterious death linked to anti-Trump dossier. I read that. Not a whole lot there. I guess the biggest story here is the House OK's temporary spending bill. Listen, if the president wanted to get around this, he would just make everybody that works for the federal government essential employees and then keep them all employed. I don't know how they determine non-essential versus essential, but just make them all essential. I know it sounds like an easy fix. Anyway, thank you all. Love you. Don't forget, if you're one of the people who donated on GoFundMe page over $50 in the time span that we allotted to get your book signed, I'm going to need to get your address. All right, I'm going to send you a message on GoFundMe. I didn't want you to respond to that with your mailing address, and then I'm going to get you the book from Amazon. It's going to be paid for, and then we're going to send these stickers, and you can either put it there on the front page, or you can skip over a couple pages and you can stick it right next to that. All right? Whatever you want to do. Rico says hello. I'm Jonathan Gillum. My buddy's asleep over there. Thank you for all the support on WillCal. Thank you to the CQRF for going after that guy today and yesterday in Arkansas. And let me just tell you, my book has jumped back up today. We are #1 in safety and first aid and martial arts, #2 in violence in society, and overall ranked 590 on the Amazon bestseller list. We're climbing back up from 2,000 now back up to 590, and we got to keep that going. So if you haven't told somebody about the book, tell them about it. It's only $9 right now, $9.23. You can order it for your friends. Do it. Give one to your congressman, your senator, the president, chief of police, your preacher, your priest, your rabbi. Get them. Keep it going. Teachers should have this book. Kids should have this book. College students should have this book. Look, it's really good too if you have a leftist professor. You can say, hey, get it straight. Get it straight. You know, and you like let them see my face like that. No, you don't want to do that. Go out and do great things. And I will see you tomorrow for the Friday Night Toast. I'll be feeling better tomorrow. I'm Jonathan Gillum. This is The Experts. This is Sheep No More. And I will see you tomorrow. The truth has arrived.
Peace out.
How many of you are prepared for an incident like this? Get my new book, Sheep No More, The Art of Awareness and Attack Survival, and I will teach you to think like an attacker so you can truly defend yourself. Don't just react, act. Available for pre-order now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Sheep No More. Get it.